Oye, is that the new Samsung Galaxy S7?
Yeah, I got it for $0 on AT&T Next. Plus, it takes amazing pictures. Oops. Don't worry, it's a water-resistant Samsung Galaxy S7.
You can get the new Samsung Galaxy S7 for $0 on AT&T Next too. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Requires well-qualified credit, installment agreement, and service. Balance due if service canceled. Taxes, activation, or upgrade, and other fees, charges, and restrictions apply. Water resistant up to 5 feet for up to 30 minutes. Rinse residue, wipe dry. Visit att.com/next for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks. And thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. It's been since yesterday since I have conducted a live broadcast here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. And yesterday we got into a mixture of all kinds of hoopla. We got a couple of supposed conservative and Republican Blog Talk Radio ass clowns who came up into the chat room, flapped their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, and thought that they could just come up in here and make a damn ruckus. What's unfortunate about it, folks, is that there's a lot of those types of characters that try to call up the True Conservative Radio Show, that come into the True Conservative Radio Show chat room and that sort of thing. And what's unfortunate is that I'm used to having this type of activity bombarded on yours truly by bedwetting liberal longhairs that have nothing else better to do than to just sit here and agitate a true conservative who basically believes in America, believes in the Constitution, and wants to continue that way of life that we've come to know and love out here. You know, that way of life that provided opportunity for folks in America that were true American people. But unfortunately, we're living in a day and age out here where, you know, everybody's just completely oblivious to everything that's going on around them, for heaven's sake. You know, we've talked about it countless times on this program, about how we're seeing a systematic transition of our constitutional republic right here in America into something quasi-communist socialist. And what's unfortunate, folks, is that, and hopefully you folks that are out there listening in and that are on the sidelines that really don't have any kind of political persuasion, hopefully you listen to this commentary and you start realizing that liberalism and feminism and all this leftist ideology is nothing but a smokescreen for authoritarian horse crap. But what's even more unfortunate, folks, is you've got Republicans and idiots, morons, people that should be beaten the head with an Acme brick who are claiming to be conservative, who are claiming to be a Republican, or whatever the blue hell they're claiming to be. They're out here saying they're one thing, but they're preaching something else, folks. You know, they're preaching feminism. They're preaching liberalism out here, and yet they're a wolf in sheep's clothing. And unfortunately, folks, we had a lot of those ass clowns call up yesterday. We had a lot of them come up into the damn chat room here, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. The show got thrown off keister, and hopefully that garbage doesn't happen again. But we're going to continue to conduct the broadcast, folks. You know, as we all have come to know and love out here, the stimulus package, all right? The economic stimulus package has just, made itself prevalent out here. And for all you folks that are waiting for your damn stimulus check and think that you're going to cash it in or something of that nature, you're sadly mistaken. Yeah, sure, maybe you all get a couple of dollars or something, but if you're not collecting government entitlements, folks, you ain't getting diddly. All right? And we went over that yesterday. Well, it just became official today, and we are now seeing the systematic transition into something quasi-communist, quasi-socialist, and I think it's absolutely disgusting. But once again, folks, most Americans, completely oblivious, could give two rats' asses about what's going on with their country, and that's why I'm up here, folks. That's why I'm up here trying to provide conservative commentary. Anyway, folks, we're going to go down. We're going to talk about all the news stories today. We're going to talk about some subject matters that have irked me. Please, if you want to participate, give me a call. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. You can please bookmark the webpage while you're at it at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And check us out. You know, make sure to bookmark us, put it in your favorites. You know, whatever browser you're using. I mean, make sure that you have us on there. But we're going to go ahead and start with the news, folks, and let's just go right into it. Let's go right into it. You know, what we were outlining last evening, the economic stimulus package, the basically signing in to quasi-communist socialist malarkey. It was signed into law today by Barack Obama, and, of course, everybody thought that it was such a great move, and you got the stupid media out here, everywhere from the damn boob tube media to the print media to the damn internet media out here, trying to shove down our throats that this is such a damn positive thing out here, when it's not. This is not a positive thing, damn it, all right? When the government is giving money to the damn people to go out and spend so they can feed their fat asses, or they can go out and blow on the latest technological gadget, or consume on whatever else is out there, that is not America. That is not what we know of as America. And no other American is out here having a problem with it as much as I am, folks, because I love America. I love the Constitution. But why are you stupid American people being completely oblivious to what the hell is around you, you stupid, idiot, ignorant morons? I'm sorry, folks, if you're taking some sort of criticism and, you know, you're getting a little butthurt about it, you got your panties up your ass because I'm critical. I am critical of the American people. And rightfully so, folks, because you're oblivious. You don't know what the hell's going on here, folks. I mean, give me a damn break. I mean, come on, folks. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Let's start talking about America. Let's stop praising the embracing of communism and liberalism and feminism and socialism. All right? It's a damn powder keg of leftism out here. And of course, nobody's gonna talk about it. Nobody's even flapping their mealy mouth about it. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you, all right? If you're one of these left-wing liberals, if you're one of these morons that are out here thinking the damn stimulus package is the greatest thing since sliced bread, I'd like for you to give me a call up right now and tell me why it is with substance, all right? Don't give me none of this damn rhetorical malarkey that you're hearing from most of these liberal long hairs out here. I want to hear substance, damn it. And it seems to me we're having some technical difficulties here at the Blog Talk Radio Network, as it seems to me that people are having a hard time connecting to the damn chat room here. Which, what else is new? What in the blue hell else is new out here? But, folks, you know, mark it in your calendars, folks. Mark it in your damn calendars. Today, all right? February 17th is the day, 2009 is the day when the United States of America, which was once a constitutional republic, turned into some quasi-communist leftist horse crap, all right? And it's your fault. It's your fault that you let it happen without calling your congressman, calling your senator, participating in your damn government. And it's just a bunch of malarkey, folks. As a matter of fact, I don't even know why I should even be broadcasting under the damn politics section of the Blog Talk Radio anymore, folks, because you ass clowns out there could give two rats' asses about it. You don't care. You don't care, damn it. And that's why I'm so critical. That's why I call the American people a bunch of names, because it's your fault, you idiots. You fell asleep at the wheel, and now we're seeing the very consequence of that action, you stupid-ass clowns. And that's all there is to it. Now, I can see we're fixing the problem here with the damn chat room, and I'm glad to see people tuning in live, folks, but take your heads out of your shit funnel. All right? Now, I don't mean to be using four-letter words here, but gosh darn it, we need to exemplify certain points out here. All right? Take your head out of your clogged up, smelly, liberal-infested ass crack and start realizing that we need to participate in this damn government, for Christ's sake. These idiot politicians do not tell us what to do. All right? I mean, we saw Charles Kick Me in the Balls Schumer on my website over here on blogtalkradio.com/ghost, basically telling everybody out there in the Senate that, all these quote-unquote porky amendments, the American people really don't care. And that's how blatant these liberals are. That's how blatant they are. They know you don't care. They know that you're more busy waxing your carrot, watching the boob tube, watching ridiculous shows like Lost and Ghost Whisperer and all the heroes and all this ridiculous malarkey that no one in their right mind should be watching, because that type of programming used to be programmed to us when we were about 5 years old, for Christ's sake. You might as well watch He-Man. You might as well watch Rainbow Bright, you stupid morons. And that's another thing. Well, what's the big deal out here? What's the big deal with all this fantasy crap? All these ass clowns out here flocking to the movies, filling the movie theaters up so you can watch some fantasy horse crap. That stupid bimbo that wrote Harry Potter. Are you kidding me? Like that stupid bimbo who wrote Harry Potter. All of a sudden, she's a billionaire. Because a whole bunch of stupid moronic idiots, want to daydream about hobbits and running around in tights and looking like Robin Hood or whatever the blue hell it is. But anyway, folks, I didn't mean to get off on that damn tirade, but Barack Obama, he seems to be very proud of this. He signed his stimulus bill here today. So, folks, mark it down on your calendars. This is a very integral day out here. February 17, 2009 is when the United States of America, the constitutional republic, the country that created what we now know of as the globalist economy, has been given the shaft by our own government, and they are turning us into a quasi-communist socialist crack pipe. All right? But, hey, I'm not, all I can do is advocate and talk conservative commentary and hope that people can wake up, slap their fat asses back into reality, and go out there and participate in their government. But I can't force you to do that, folks. I can't force you to do that. I can't give you a damn wake-up call. I can't be there to drag your fat ass off of the damn couch, all right? Take the damn remote control out of your damn hand, all right? Get the damn fork out of your damn cheese hole, all right? I can't do that. That means you bear a little bit of responsibility to going out there and participating in this government. I know I say that all the time, but nobody's doing it, damn it. And yet we got a whole bunch of people out here, a whole bunch of no personality having jag-offs. You hear them all the time on the news. If you happen to be watching your local newscasts, the local newscasts all over America, they like to go up to these nimrods that are walking around in local parks or, in shopping arenas or something of that nature, asking their opinions about the damn economic stimulus package. And these idiots don't know their asses from their elbows. Most of these morons think that they're getting their damn mortgages paid off. Most of these idiots think that they're getting a damn free Cadillac, for Christ's sake. It's stupid. Once again, folks, I don't want to spend too much time on the stimulus package because everybody knows my particular opinion on it. Everyone knows that this right here is a systematic transition of just relinquishing us of our constitutional republic. We're in some quasi-communist socialist experiment right now. And I don't know where the hell the country's headed, folks. And I said this on the beginning program of the first program of the year, 2009, that, folks, this is going to be the year where World War III is going to break out like holy hell. And the reason is because the American people are just too busy doing other things than making sure that these stupid politicians, these stupid, power-hungry, autocratic, don't give a crap about the American people, pieces of suit-wearing garbage, all right? They basically sold us out because you ass clowns in America were too busy watching stupid old episodes of Golden Girls and sipping on Ovaltine or whatever the blue hell you idiots were doing. You allowed these morons to sell us out, and now that we need some help, you know, they're putting bills together, they're constructing packages together, they're putting things like rescue plans and stimulus bills and all this crap on these dumbass, ridiculous, bureaucratic bunch of malarkey, when in actuality, all these politicians that are supposed to be working in our favor, they are giving the opportunity for corporate America, multinational corporations, to raid our tax-paying system. It's an open season on the taxpayer system. And yet the taxpayers, the idiots that are out here working 2-3 jobs out here, people that are withering themselves away in the midst of menial labor, in the midst of service industry labor, in the midst of hard work, whatever the case might be, these people are getting their taxes docked out of their checks, all right? This is docked out of their checks, and these idiots that work so hard to obtain these, decent amounts of generated revenue after taxes, these morons have not one bit of concern in the world on what their tax-paying dollars are being used for. Well, folks, I already said it last night on last night's show, folks. We got 14% increase in food stamps for all the idiots that are out here mooching the entitlement teat. We got an extra $3 billion going to, give more people more food stamps, or not food stamps, welfare. $3 billion for assholes that are out here mooching the entitlement teat out here. Folks, these are not the people we need to be helping, and this is why I always say that America has turned into the country that pussy pampers the screw-up. Haven't you noticed that, folks? Haven't you noticed if you happen to be some damn screw-up out here, if you happen to be some woman who shitted out about 5 or 6 kids from 5 or 6 different fathers, or you happen to be some drug addict, or you happen to be some damn ridiculous, uneducated, can't read, ignorant ass clown, all of a sudden the government's giving you thousands of dollars each month out of their pocket? For what? I mean, this is not right, folks. This is not right, and this stimulus package only encourages this type of activity. It doesn't encourage people to participate in an economy that grows jobs, that grows sole proprietor American business. I mean, this is not what this stimulus package has in mind, folks, and this is what I've been saying ever since I brought this stupid crap up as a subject matter on this program. But it seems to me that most people are more worried about whether Barack Obama has a nice striped little tie on, and his pearly whites still have that gleaming glisten on them. People are more worried about that garbage than they are about their own damn sustenance and their own damn lives out here. It's really disgusting what has happened to America. It's really disgusting. That's why I say that the American public sucks. And I will continue to say it. I will always say it, because they do, folks. The American public sucks the damn chrome off of a 57 Chevy bumper, for heaven's sake. How in the blue hell can you allow this to happen to this great country? I mean, don't you understand that people spilt blood for this country, you piece of crap, so you can be an indulgent glutton that can feed your fat ass 24 hours a day? This is the only country where you can go at 3 in the morning in your dirty, crustated underwear and get your fat ass a cheeseburger. All right? This is the only country you can do that in, you silly bastards. And what do? You just sit there, you become a glutton, you watch the TV, you sit your fat ass on the damn couch, and then once the crap hits the fan, once all the irresponsibility of you not participating in your government finally hits the fan, all of a sudden these people want to start crying foul, huh? All of a sudden these people are like, oh, man, please, I need help. Like Henrietta in that, one little Obama little rally that he had a couple of weeks ago. Old Henrietta, she got up there and said, Obama, I need a house. I need my own kitchen. I need my own bathroom. Help me, man. Help me, man. And, of course, what did Obama do? I You could tell, I mean, you can YouTube that crap if you want to see the entire episode of what I'm speaking of. But old Henrietta, who was a person in the audience saying this malarkey to Obama in a town hall rally or whatever he wants to call this crap, lo and behold, Obama looks like he's about to bust out laughing, but he's going to hold in, you know, that laughter with that crap-eating grin, and then he says, oh, well, we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. You're not doing jack. You're giving open season to our damn tax-paying system, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. I'm going to continue to let the American people know what this damn government is doing. To the people that are listening, all right? Because I know that there's people listening. That's why I keep coming up on this program. That's why I continue to conduct broadcasts, because I know that there are people that are listening that love America, that believe in the Constitution, that don't appreciate what has happened to this country. And I speak for those folks out there. I speak for the folks that love this country. All right? I love this country, but I hate I hate the people out here. This is the same people, like I said in the last program, that bought the damn pet rock. These are the same idiots that are out here buying that ridiculous product because it's repeated 3 different times in the same commercial. Apply directly to the forehead. Apply directly to the forehead. Apply directly to the forehead. And lo and behold, these idiots are selling 5 million product units of this ridiculous snake oil garbage. I mean, that's how stupid we are, folks. I mean, do you understand that right now in America that there is an idiot on the internet actually selling the stars in the sky? Let me repeat that again. There is an idiot that is selling some stars in the sky, and there's actually moronic, imbecilic, buffoonery Americans that are actually paying this ass clown for stars in the sky. I mean, it just goes to show you how ignorant we are, folks. Wake the hell up, folks. I'm going to say this last thing about the damn stimulus package, and I'm going to move on. But, folks, this stimulus package is bad for America, and this is not going to be the first one, folks. This is not going to be the first one. I called it at the beginning of this year, folks. This is one of 4 that is going to happen. All right? What's going to happen here is one set of cronies that donated into the campaigns of all these politicians that basically approved this stimulus bill. They are kicking back to those people that donated their campaigns. I mean, why do you think that this stimulus bill and the rescue plan and every other supposed government intervention in the private sector, why do you think that it always has to incorporate some sort of idiot, all right, that basically donated to the campaign of whatever idiot that is initiating the damn legislation? I mean, you heard about it. I mean, I have it on the homepage there, folks, at blogtalkradio.com. These politicians, especially these liberal Democrats, these damn longhairs, they don't care how much they spend because they know you don't care. And for all you folks that don't believe me, you take a look at blogtalkradio.com/ghost, go to the bottom of the page, and you're going to see Charles kick the American people in the balls Schumer sit there and say in front of the damn Senate that the American people don't care, but they really don't care. And I'm telling you, that Charles kicked the American people in the balls Schumer, that clip is going to be on my homepage for a long while, just to make sure that everybody who listens to this program, whether it's live or in the archive, remembers and is reinforced that this government knows that you're a bunch of idiots. All right? And they're going to continue to spend your tax-paying money because you're just too busy sticking a Kentucky Fried Chicken grease thumb up your ass. All right? Take it out, put it in your mouth, because that's the dirty taste that you're going to be tasting here within the next damn 4 years. Anyway, folks, I know I've spent, a good portion of time about the stimulus package bill, folks, but this is a very important issue. A very important issue in each and every one of our lives. I mean, don't you understand, folks, that the American government wasn't about handouts? All right, we weren't about handing out money to people, all right? That's socialism, you ass clown. We were about giving out opportunity, providing opportunity, embracing American business. We're not even embracing American business anymore, folks. Haven't you noticed, and haven't you seen all the foreigners, all these damn foreigners that are owning businesses, that are out here devaluing the cost of labor? I mean, you know, I don't care what nationality you are, folks. If you're an American, well, by God, maintain loyalty to America. And if you're not going to maintain loyalty to America, well, then get the hell out of the country. Because we don't want you, you piece of trash. Anyway, let me get off that subject matter, folks. We're going to continue on with the news here. But I just definitely want I just want everybody to know that this damn ridiculous economic stimulus package is a transition. To what we knew of as the constitutional republic into something quasi-communist socialist in nature. All right? So, you know, here we go. That's all there is to it. And for this ass clown that just walked in, Paul G. Newton, if you don't want to stay that long because you're one of these closeted liberal ass clowns that are out here claiming to be a Republican, claiming to be a conservative, and you're hearing me, and I'm giving you the real straight talk, I'm giving you the real deal. I'm not like you ass clowns out here that are like, yeah, I'm a conservative and I'm a Republican. Oh, but I believe that there should be abortions. Oh, I love teen pregnancy. Give me a damn break. And if you are a conservative, well, act like one, all right? You're sitting here you're flapping your fingers on the keyboard trying to be critical of my show. Hey, I love this country, damn it. Why don't you start loving it? I love the Constitution. Why don't you start loving it? Anyway, folks, we're going to go on with the news here. We already talked about this ridiculous stimulus package bill. I wanted to talk about another subject matter that affects most folks out here. All right, most folks out here that go on the internet. Now, for all you folks that don't know and who participate in these ridiculous social networking sites like MySpace, which yours truly was banned from for life, Facebook. For all you Facebook fans out there, Facebook announced today that they own you. All right? They own your pictures. They own all the content that you put on your profile, in your blog area, and any other facet of content that they allow you to put there. Facebook has now claimed today that they own you, they own your profile, they own the pictures and any audio or video or any blogs, anything of that nature, they now own, even if you decide to close your account, even if you decide to just completely disband yourself from Facebook. Facebook now says that they own anything that you happen to put on there. Well, luckily for me, folks, I didn't go to Facebook because, with all due respect, I think Facebook is kind of fruity. All right? I mean, have you taken a look? Have you given the runarounds out there in the Facebook area? It's filled with a bunch of fruity-ass bastards, with all due respect. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if 75% of Facebook is playing for the damn pink team. But that's just my personal opinion. But the reason I didn't like Facebook is because I knew that this kind of crap was going to start happening. For you folks that were listening to me back sometime last year, you all remember the episode when I was banned from MySpace for life. And the reason I was banned from MySpace for life, folks, is because I'm an anti-liberal and I'm an anti-feminist. These two ideologies have ruined our country. They've corroded the moral integrity, the moral compass of our country. They've ruined our economy. I mean, I can go on and on. But because I was so critical on the MySpace page, I guess somebody got butthurt up there in the corporate echelon of this ridiculous organization and decided just to go ahead and erase my account. That's right. All right, they just erased my account and said, oh, we can't have that type of malarkey on MySpace, even though, you know, if you search around MySpace, you'll see 16-year-old girls scantily clad drinking, bottles of Jim Beam, for heaven's sake. You got girls gone wild practically on the damn MySpace, but because I'm talking against philanderous sluts who participate in that activity, because I'm against the social ills which have become the social norms, all of a sudden, MySpace at the time had a problem, and they didn't even talk to me about it. They just kicked me off and erased me. Now, since then, folks, I don't want to participate in another social networking site. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's sick, all right? I think it's, first of all, it's made hermits of most young people nowadays. I mean, have you seen these young people? These idiots are in the damn coffee shops. They're in their houses. They're in the parks with these stupid laptops and Wi-Fi connections and all this ridiculous nonsense, just checking their Facebooks, checking their Twitter, checking their MySpace, and all this ridiculous nonsense. Well, whatever happened to going out into a public arena anymore? Whatever happened to go out and having a few drinks at the local libation establishment, or going out and participating in some sort of social gathering of some sort? We don't even want to see each other anymore, folks. We don't even want to see each other. But anyway, back to this Facebook nonsense. I think that it's ridiculous. And for all the Facebook users out there, and if you happen to know the owner of Facebook, I understand that it's still private owner. You please email him this show, and you tell him I think he's an authoritarian piece of corporate crap. All right? How in the blue hell are you going to sit here, all right, all of a sudden, now that you have, I think it's 175 million profiles are on Facebook, and the estimated value of Facebook, I read, is at $1.3 billion. So whenever the ass clown that actually, made Facebook, whenever he decides to sell this garbage, he is going to sell it, right now it's valued at $1.3 billion. So now that all this news came out, he decided to restructure, I guess, the conditions and terms of a service or whatever the crap might be, and he basically telling you folks that if you happen to post any of your precious pictures, whether it's family-oriented, whether you're posting pictures of you, getting inebriated at Grandma's eggnog Christmas party, whether it's, hold on, we got some idiot in here trying to advertise this stupid show, for heaven's sake. Hold on just a second. Oh, no, he got out of here. All right, anyway, I just don't understand these people, folks. I'm sitting here trying to conduct a broadcast. I've got some idiot named DJ Lee Jizzle. He came into my chat room saying, "Oh, why don't you call my show right now? Call it up, please." And folks, you know what I think about rap, all right? I think rap is crap. So DJ Lee Jizzle, all right, go get jiggy with it in another show, all right? And the reason that you're coming into my show telling people to call your show is because nobody wants to listen to your show, and the reason nobody wants to listen to your show is because rap is crap. Anyway, folks, back to this Facebook crap before I got this spammer in my chat room here. Folks, Facebook claims that they own you. If you happen to have any of those, any images, any content that you have posted to Facebook, it is now property of Facebook's. Even if you close your account, even if you completely erase your account, it is now property of Facebook, and I can't believe it, first of all. I can't believe that people are going to actually sit here and continue to be Facebook members. And I'm strongly advising all you folks that care about your privacy, that care about, your digital photos, your digital video, your digital audio, any of your blogs, any of your personal information, any of that garbage. I would strongly advise you to not only erase your Facebook account, I strongly advise you to protest this piece of crap. I mean, it's the people that made Facebook $1.3 billion in value. And all of a sudden they're going to sit here and act like authoritarian Mao Zedongists and say, oh, well, now we own you. Even though you decide to erase your profile, we still own your pictures. We still own everything, and all you got to do is just sit there and take it. So, folks, if you happen to have posted maybe a video or some sort of a picture on Facebook, and it became one of those viral videos or something that gets passed around the net, which gets a whole bunch of hits, a whole bunch of visits and that sort of thing, well, you're not going to capitalize on that, folks. You know who's going to capitalize it? Well, the owner of damn Facebook. That's who's going to capitalize on it, and that's even after you close the damn account. All right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. So close. This is a shout out to all the people that are using Facebook. Close your accounts. All right? Don't put any more content on there. Don't use it to social network. If you happen to be a business owner using Facebook to promote your business or to do anything, just close your damn account. These are pieces of crap. All right? How in the hell, I mean, only on the internet would this be able to be legitimate, okay? I mean, didn't those ass clowns from I think it was General Electric. I don't know, folks, but do you remember those idiots from the TV show Cheers, Norm and Phil? Remember those guys? Well, they had a similar situation when the network television, television network that produced the program Cheers decided to use their image, their likeness, their faces to basically promote, I guess a line of Cheers bars all across the country. And the actual actors who played the characters of Norm and Phil, or I think his name's Phil. I never watched that stupid show anyway. I thought Christy Alley was a fat pig. But anyway, I'm sorry. That was just my personal opinion there. But anyway, apparently Norm and Phil out here sued the television network that decided to use their likeness at all these chain of bars across the country. And they won the case, folks. They won the case because no company should have the right to use your likeness, your image, without them compensating you in some fashion. And without them having some sort of contractual obligation stating that you know that your likeness is being exploited, that your likeness is being used in some sort of fashion to generate revenue for someone else. But Facebook, folks, and it's telling you right now, Facebook could give a rat's ass, and that's basically what they're saying here in this new terms of service that Facebook is releasing. And one more time, folks, and then we're going to move on to another subject matter. And the reason I'm harping on this, folks, is because I think this is a very important subject, given the fact that there's a lot of people using social networking sites. There's a lot of folks out there that are putting their pictures, they're putting photos, and these are precious, intimate moments in every one of our lives. And here we are, we're thinking that this is some sort of novelty. We're able to post our photos. We're able to show our families, our friends. We're able to social network. We're able to promote our businesses, whatever you use Facebook for. You think that, okay, if I close my account, it's all said and done. It's not like I never existed. I can take down my pictures anytime I want. No. According to the new terms of service, folks, Facebook owns everything that you post on their website, on their service, for life. All right? For life. So, once again, folks, I have never been a Facebook user, but for all you folks that are Facebook users and, care a little bit about your likeness and care about the content that you're posting on these social networking sites and want to continue to be the only owner of those particular pictures that you took, all right, or that content of those blogs that you wrote, or, the video that you produced, if you want to continue to hold those rights, don't use Facebook. And if you want Facebook to start, shaking in their stupid books, or boots, excuse me, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about books, but if you want to make Facebook shake, cancel your Facebook account, all right? Cancel your damn Facebook account. All right? And that's all there is to it. Just cancel it. Because it's garbage. It's just malarkey. All right? Now, I understand if you post a piece of information on there and it happens to become a viral video and, and you keep your account on the social networking site in question. You don't close it. Well, then there is a legal obligation that basically allows you to being less vulnerable for allowing a company like MySpace or Facebook to use your video and basically profit from it. I mean, we all know that. I mean, if I post a damn video on YouTube and it becomes a viral video, well, YouTube is going to be the one profiting on that. But here, this is a different situation that Facebook is trying to say here in this new terms of service. They're trying to say that even if you erase whatever you posted, even if you get rid of your account and you want to have nothing to do with Facebook any longer, that they are still going to maintain the rights to whatever you posted on those profiles, whether it's videos, blogs, whatever. All right? And I think that's ridiculous. All right? And of course, I have people in the chat room here saying, if it's my blog, it should be my property. Well, not according to Facebook. If you're writing blogs on Facebook, if you're posting pictures on Facebook, if you're posting anything on Facebook, it is now property of Facebook, even if you take it off Facebook. All right? Even if you close your account. I think that's crap. And, folks, please, if you really care about your own integrity, if you care about your privacy, if you care about Internet freedom, get Facebook out of here, all right? Just take it off. Just erase your account. Tell the founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, you tell him to piss off, all right? You tell him to go suck an egg, that stupid bastard, all right? I mean, how much more money and how much more assets does this ass clown want? The damn site is worth $1.3 billion. And he wants dibs on your copyrighted photos of your family? Of you going out in the town, you and your friends in the club, or, whatever you post, your blogs. He wants dibs on that too? Mark Zuckerberg, you're an ass clown, all right? You're a complete ass clown, and, everybody who's on Facebook, they should just scrap it, Wipe their dirty ass cracks with it. Look for another social networking site, folks. I strongly advise, go to the smaller social networking sites. All right, don't make mammoths out of these stupid idiots like Facebook and MySpace and Twitter. I mean, because if you make big mammoths out of these damn social networking sites, this is the kind of consequence that you're going to get. And that's all there is to it, folks. That is all there is to it. Anyway, no more Facebook, and if you happen to still be on Facebook, well, then obviously you're an idiot. All right, you're an absolute idiot that likes being exploited without capitalizing on it in any fashion. So, it's your fault if you continue to use Facebook and then you get exploited like some ass clown and don't get 1 red cent for it. All right? That's your fault. Anyway, we're going to continue with the news, folks. One headline that caught my eye here, and I don't mean to segue into this because it's kind of a horrific situation. We all know about Islamic or Muslim stereotypes, We all know about Muslim stereotypes. Everybody, tries to, say that Muslims are, oppressive towards women and they're like the Taliban, they kill their women if they look at somebody else or expose their whatever it is. And for all those folks that are trying to, break those types of stereotypes, it just doesn't work for them either. Now, I wanted to point your attention to this headline that's off the Associated Press here. It says, Muslim TV executive accused of beheading wife in New York. Yeah, that's right, folks. That's the damn headline. Muslim TV executive accused of beheading wife in New York. Now, folks, the irony of this is that the founder of this the TV executives in question, Mazammel, I think his name is Mazammel Mo Hassan. They call him Mo for short, I'm assuming, but his name is Mazammel Hassan, is accused of beheading his wife last week, days after she filed for divorce. Okay? Now, mind you that, this is the television network that both of these people, Mazal Hassan, or what the hell is this idiot Mo? Well, I'm just going to call this idiot Mo for short, all right, because I can't pronounce his ridiculous name, all right? Mo Hassan apparently got so cracked up that he resorted to his old Muslim way of thinking, What happened was Mo Hassan and his wife, SIA Hassan, founded a Muslim television station or some sort of television network of some sort out there in New York in hopes of breaking the stereotypes of Muslims. Can you believe the irony in this story? These two people, all right, Mo Hassan and SIA Hassan, out of Orchard, New York, or Orchard Park, New York, excuse me. These people founded a television network to counteract the Muslim stereotypes. And here you go, Mo Hassan, what does he do? He does the damn same thing that he's trying to break off, which is breaking the Muslim stereotype. Now, folks, I don't mean to be anti-Muslim when bringing this damn story up, but I think it's very scary here. All right? I think it's very scary that, you know, here we have a man, Mo Hassan, who attempted with his wife, SIA Hassan, to create a television network in hopes of breaking Muslim stereotypes, and you've got this idiot Mo Hassan, because his wife finally, I guess, got a whiff of the feminist movement and decided to drop him and go after some idiot with more money or whatever the case might be. Or I don't know the situation. I'm not trying to make an assumption. This is just my opinion. I'm just saying. But she did file for a divorce, and then a couple of days later, Mo Hassan, which basically wanted to break Muslim stereotypes, resorts to a Muslim stereotypes and beheads his wife. He beheaded his wife in the damn TV station, for heaven's sake. I mean, what kind of symbolism is that? I mean, it's just sick. This is horrible. Absolute horrible. And this is what's in the news here, all right? This is what's in the news. Now, folks, everybody criticizes me because I'm an anti-feminist. You know, I don't believe that it's okay for women to have 6 or 7 different children from 6 or 7 different fathers. I don't think it's okay for people to have 5 or 6 different divorces. I don't think it's okay for teen pregnancy to be embraced. I don't think it's okay for people to have abortions every weekend just because they hopped on something that looks good in a leather jacket and didn't use any kind of prophylactic or the whole pull-out conception. All right? I don't believe in this malarkey. But I have been criticized, and they have compared me, yours truly, to one of these Muslim fanatics because I am not for feminism. And, of course, I know that that's just a method of agitation. But once again, folks, this is what Islam is, all right? This is what Islam is in my view. You got Mo Hassan, you know, supposedly an Americanized Arab Islam. I'm assuming he's Arabic, but he is Muslim. He comes to the country with his wife. Supposedly he hates the stereotypes of, you know, Muslims being terrorists and, you know, honor killings and all this other malarkey. So him and his wife decide to start up a Muslim television network. They founded it together. And because, for whatever reason, the wife, SIA Hassan, decides to go ahead and want to get a divorce, Mo Hassan, the husband who started all this with her, decides to behead her. I mean, what are they putting in the water out here in the Islam or Islamic community? I mean, how is this right? All right? I mean, you know, what are you expecting? I mean, does the Islamic religion actually embrace this type of malarkey? I just don't get it, man. It's just a horrible story. I feel sorry for SIA Hassan, who was 37, because her 44-year-old husband decided just to, you know, if I can't have you, no one can have you. I am going to do it for Allah. I am going to behead you. It's a sick world, folks. It's really a sick world we're living in out here. All right? Anyway, I thought that was an interesting story, and I just wanted to say, rest in peace, SIA Hassan. It's an unfortunate situation, and I hope they throw the book at this piece of crap. I hope they give him the damn death penalty. I hope they execute him with an electric rod going up his shit funnel, with all due respect. All right? Because he's a piece of trash. All right? I mean, there is no excuse for this garbage. Beheading your wife, pal. Anyway. 646-652-4869 is the number to call, folks. We're approaching the second hour. We got 11 minutes before we go into the second hour. We're just going down here reading random random news coming off the AP, the Reuters news wires, and other news organizations. But I'm going to take a transition to do something that's in my state region, or comment about something that's happening here in the state of Texas. Out here in the state of Texas, folks, we're having what they like to call their annual warrant roundup, which means that, you know, they take time, effort, and taxpayer money to go out and put law enforcement out in the streets, going to people's jobs, going to people's homes, in hopes of, arresting people that are out here that have warrants for, garbage like bad checks and traffic tickets, all right? And it's a statewide ordeal. Now, what I have to say about my state, which is the state of Texas, and it comes to this warrant roundup malarkey, I mean, can't you idiots think of something else better to spend your money on than go out here and waste the taxpayers' time and money with this warrant roundup malarkey? And the funny thing about it is they announce it several days before it's going to happen, so these idiots with warrants won't stay at the addresses that's listed on their damn information, for heaven's sake. They have time to put in to get the hell out of here. I mean, you stupid idiot law enforcement people should be getting these damn killers off the street. I find it funny that they're taking lots of time, effort, and taxpayer money to go out and get people with damn traffic tickets, when you got people out here with chainsaws, you got child molesters out here, you got murderers, you got people out here kidnapping kids, and you're out here trying to pick up people for damn parking tickets, you piece of crap. There's more important things to be doing out here, Texas. All right? Texas law enforcement, why don't you do your damn job and fight some damn crime out here? Why don't you do that for a change? Now, folks, I'm not saying this because I have a warrant. I have never been in any kind of legal trouble in my entire life. Okay? I never have. So I'm not speaking bitterly because I have some warrant that I just don't want to pay. I'm speaking bitterly because the Texas taxpayer is flipping the bill for this ridiculous crap. And I guarantee you, folks, I guarantee you that the officers participating in this ridiculous Texas warrant roundup, all those ass clowns are getting paid overtime. All right? Overtime for this crap while the American people are suffering, while the American people are being laid off by the thousands each and every day. These idiots that work for our government, and I'm talking about these damn idiot bureaucrats, are out here wasting our money. They're wasting our money. And what are we doing? We're sitting back, not doing a damn thing. We're not doing a damn thing about it, and that's why, folks, that's why I say the American public sucks. I better calm down, folks. You know what, folks? I know that I'm breathing hard. I know that I'm screaming, and I know that I'm doing something that I should be calming down about. But you know what, folks? I can't believe that this is America. I can't believe that this is what America has been reduced to. We're wasting the taxpaying dollars, and people don't care. People don't care. I think that we need to, if we're going to have a damn warrant roundup, if we're going to be spending taxpayer dollars, if we're going to be giving extra overtime to officers and people of law enforcement, why don't we try getting the child molesters? How about that, huh? I mean, we've seen it on the Dateline, Chris Hansen to Catch a Predator, news reports. We've seen it all. And we know that there is an epidemic of sick, sadistic, Woody Allen, butt-loving pedophiles that are out here walking the face of the streets. They're utilizing the internet. They're utilizing various avenues on trying to lure young people, and I'm talking about people that are 17 years and under, into sexual activities. Now, why in the blue hell aren't the cops and the law enforcement more worried about getting pedophiles off the street than worried about a bunch of idiots who don't pay their stupid, dumbass tickets. Huh? I mean, can somebody please give me the logic behind this? I just don't get it. I mean, what is law enforcement doing out here? I mean, I thought that law enforcement was meant to serve and protect, all right? Not to sit here and blow our tax-paying money, all right? So what? So you can collect more taxpayer money? I mean, you have to think about it. They're wasting tax dollars so they can go get more tax dollars, all right? Don't you understand it? They're wasting tax dollars by providing all these stupid officers all over Texas to round up a bunch of people who have written bad checks or, that are out here with a whole bunch of, tickets that are outstanding or anything of that nature. All right? And yet, lo and behold, we got pedophiles running rampant. We got murderers. We got rapists. We got all. Man, I could go off on how much criminal activity we have here in Texas. And yet, law enforcement seems to just sit on their thumbs and say, stupid. It's really stupid. Yep. And somebody told me here in the chat room that, they slipped a gun control bill into the stimulus bill. And let me tell you, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I mean, I've been trying to read through this stimulus bill, but unfortunately it's so huge with bureaucratic nonsense, and it's amended with such crap that you have to be an absolute loser with no life whatsoever to legitimately itemize every damn thing that's in this crap. And I've been saying that these Democrats want to take our guns away. As a matter of fact, I've already had several shows about guns, and about how we need to savor our Second Amendment rights. All right? I mean, these were unalienable rights that were given to us by our forefathers, and yet it's always these damn liberals. It's always these feminists and these liberals that are out here trying to take guns away from the American people. Why is that, folks? Well, I'll tell you why that is. Because it'll make it that much easier to go and implement authoritarianism on the American people. I mean, they've done it subtly throughout the past 20-something years, folks. I mean, what do you think, what in the blue hell do you think political correctness is? Political correctness is the most authoritarian piece of garbage I've ever heard in my entire life. All right? Sitting over here, oh, you got to be politically correct, Ghost. You can't be talking that way. You can't talk that way because you got to be politically correct, Ghost. Billy, I could give a rat's ass about being politically correct. Political correctness is being used to subjugate America. It's being used to pussify our children. It's being used to infest feminism and liberalism in the minds of the American populace. And I will not acknowledge political correctness. I will not acknowledge feminism. And I will not acknowledge liberalism. You know what I think about liberalism and feminism, folks? You want to know what I think about political correctness and all this garbage? You want to know what I think about it? That's what I think about it. I think it should be flushed down the damn toilet. That's what the hell I think about it. But you'll have these ass clowns in here. You'll have liberal long hairs and feminist bull dykes call up and say, I think we should take the guns away from people. It would make everything safer. You stupid idiots. I mean, this is how stupid the American people have become, folks. This is how stupid the American people have become. They are willing to wither away their Constitution for what? For a ridiculous doctrine called liberalism and feminism. That's what. And I say this, folks. If you're within the sound of my voice, you are within your constitutional right to obtain as many firearms as you see fit, all right? We should not have any caps on how many guns we can collect. We should not have any kind of,
you cannot get this gun over here because it's a big gun and it's too big for you, so we got to ban this gun.
You don't let them do that, all right? Go out and buy ammunition, buy guns, go hunting, join the NRA, do whatever it takes. Because we cannot let this damn liberal, long-haired feminist, Gloria Steinem-worshiping, Karl Marx, ass-kissing government of ours to take our damn guns away. Because why? Under the disguise of safety? Folks, if you outlaw guns, the only people that are going to have guns are the outlaws. Remember that. And what are you going to do when a bunch of idiots bum rush your house during the time of gun prohibition? They go in and they bum rush your house and they point guns at your face and your family's face, and you're left there with your carrot in your hand, no type of way to defend yourself other than to sit there and plea with somebody with a gun in their hand saying,
please don't do nothing, mate, please.
It's garbage, folks. Don't let these liberals make you believe that guns are a bad thing, all right? Don't let them think that. Don't let them make you think that garbage, all right? Now, look, I feel bad for gun accidents. I feel bad that people sometimes, find a gun, they think they're Billy the Kid, and they shoot their balls off or something. I feel bad about that. But, folks, whatever happened to personal responsibility? Whatever happened to personal responsibility? Nobody wants to be personally responsible for anything any longer. And that's what I hate about America right now. We have a damn liberal and feminist society where we want to blame everybody else except ourselves. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry I've been, ranting and raving. We're approaching the second hour of True Conservative Radio. Of course, I'm your host, the man they call Ghost. And if you want to chime in on anything we're talking about this evening, please give me a call at 646-652-4869. We're going to go ahead and take a caller here from the 229 area code. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, it's the Ninja from the chat room.
How you doing, Ninja?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just wanting to talk about that gun control thing that they slipped in on us.
Oh, yeah? Well, do you know a little bit more about it than I do?
Yeah, I do. And it wasn't
Go ahead and enlighten us about it.
Okay, it wasn't in the stimulus bill. It was a bill they passed on the same day because they knew that we were, or they haven't passed it, but they're working on it the same day because they knew we were all looking at Obama's pork bill and we wouldn't notice this because obviously we would be flipping out over it. But the first thing that it does is you have to have all firearms registered, even antique guns, everything.
Registered with the government or the state?
Yes, the government, the state. And you have to renew these registrations every 5 years. If you lapse, then they're going to throw the book at you. Stiff penalties.
So it's an indirect taxation on gun owners? Basically what it sounds like. I mean, you register it, and first of all, the government's keeping track of anybody who has a firearm in that manner. And secondly, if you have to re-up your registration of your guns, that means there's going to be some sort of bureaucratic penalty or some sort of filing fee or something of that nature, which basically means that you're going to try to tax the gun owners before they take the damn guns away from them. Is that basically the gist of it?
And then they're going to go with a DC-type ban where you can't keep your gun loaded, you can't keep your ammunition and your gun in the same place.
How are they going to enforce that?
Well, the next part can go right along with it because they're going to be able to do warrantless searches if they think that you're in violation of any of these items here.
Yeah,
warrantless searches are in this bill.
So you mean to tell me that if somebody gives some sort of a call to the government and says, well, there's a gun owner over here, he's let's say he's one of these idiots, that loves guns so much that he's got them all over his house, and he lives alone, but, he happens to have, ammunition around the same area as the gun under this bill that, do you know if it's passed the Senate or the House or both?
I don't think it's passed yet. I think it's still in negotiation right now. I'm not positive. It's called H.R. 45.
H.R. 45.
Mm-hmm. And you can Google it. It does come up because I Googled it when I heard a little bit about it. But it has that. It has, what else does it have? It has, if a child uses your weapon in a crime, that they're going to throw the book at you for that. If your gun is stolen and you don't report it in 30 days, then you're going to get in big trouble too. And I mean, that could happen. You could have a gun on top of your closet, a gun in a collection, and you might not notice it's gone, you know?
Yeah, of course not, of course. But you see, and this is what I keep telling folks out here in this broadcast, that these Democrats, these liberals, these people that are leftist in their ideology, this is what they want. They want to be able to, you know, basically willingly. They want us willingly to rip up our own Constitution because they are emphasizing, and this has been my thesis all along, is that the liberals and feminists and anybody leftist in nature is trying to emphasize the most deepest, darkest, depraved, you know, part of the human conscience. I mean, they put emphasis on it. That's why, you know, they want gay marriage. That's why, you know, the liberal media emphasize that, oh, look at this single mother. She's got 14 children, and she's single, and she has no job, and she lives with her mom and her parents in some 3-bedroom home somewhere. You know, they put emphasis on it so that real people that understand that this is just wrong have to be, they're left with one or two choices. They either make or embrace legislation that forbids this type of activity, which is a slippery slope of erasing our rights altogether, or we have to take it upon ourselves as a community, as a country, to not palate, not accept, and shun this activity. Because and this is what I've said all along, you know, the liberals want to get rid of the Constitution. They want to get rid of America. I mean, they want to put us in a communist, socialist, you know, quasi-political body out here. And the only way they can do that, they can't do it through authoritarianism. Because if they do that, you know, the American people are going to go ballistic, and, you know, they'll be damned if they do that. So they're not going to do that. So what they do is they make the conditions so unbearable out here and so ridiculous that we at some point are going to be willingly asking for our own rights to be taken away because we've overused them or abused them or whatever the interpretation might be. What do you think about that?
I think you're right. I mean, I think they're already working at it. There's so many people on welfare right now, and with jobs going, you know, leaving and more people becoming on welfare, that's what the Democrats want. They want a bunch of people on welfare, because when you're on welfare, you think the government's taking care of you, but really they're just keeping you in your place. They're keeping you pacified, they're keeping you poor, and they're keeping your mouth shut and getting a vote from you. And I think that's what this is all about. That's why the stimulus bill has a section in it where states are given bonuses for enrolling more people on welfare.
Unbelievable. But, you know, I've been saying this all along, Ninja. I've been on here for 2 years saying that, you know, this is a country that has completely gone lopsided. I mean, we're embracing screw-ups in America. I mean, we're rewarding screw-ups. I mean, we're rewarding them with entitlements and, you know, welfare and food stamps and free housing, free education, you know, free child care, free everything. Now, I'm all for, you know, somebody who needs help and needs workfare. And what that means is that, you know, for whatever reason you're in a precarious situation. We've all been there in our lives, and we could use a little help, and you don't have any kind of outside resources. You're a loner. You don't have any family you can fall back on, and you know, we all pay taxes. So our taxes should be used for something to help American people, real American people. But in this new America that we're living in, I'm talking about the real Americans, people that work hard, people that take care of their families, who are law-abiding citizens, who never ask the government for one red cent. These are the people that seem to be getting the shaft. These are the people that seem to just be shunned by our government, even though most of these people participated in the military operations and participated in their communities and paid lots of taxes. These people are being overlooked. And yet we are embracing folks that are ignorant and, you know, that, I mean, we are trivializing childbirth. We are trivializing life because of this whole concept that it's okay to be single and have 5 or 6. I used to say 5 or 6, but now you have Nadia Suleiman having 14 children and everything. And, you know, you got the liberal and feminist media putting her on a pedestal as if she's Mother Teresa. I mean, what has happened to this country, Ninja? Do you have any insight? Do you have an opinion on what's happened?
What's happened in this country is just a slow liberal agenda. I mean, Wilson, FDR, all these people, they've been working the system for a long time, and they've been slipping it in slowly so that nobody notices. And I think when they really got people is when all these hippies and everybody became the ones that were writing our history books and teaching our children in school. And then it was on, because now there's a whole generation of people that only know liberal version of history and what they want them to know.
And that's absolutely right. I've been the first one on Blog Talk Radio to say that our public education system should be scrapped. I mean, we should just get rid of it, because it's been infested with liberals and feminists. And the reason it has is because they're living their dream. They're being paid by the government. They're being paid by the state. And I find it funny that here we are, American people are being laid off by the thousands, while these idiots in Washington are bumbling around trying to allow every multinational corporation open season in our tax-paying system. We've got the teachers and the administrators in the public education system crying that they want a raise, that they want more money. And what did Obama do in the stimulus package? Gave them more money. And what are they producing? You just said it.
Nothing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But he wants big business to work for $1 a day, but they'll vote themselves raises. It's crazy. They make big business the enemy when they themselves are the greedy ones.
They are greedy. They are greedy. And let me tell you, I have no problem with business. What I have problem with is the multinational corporations that have no loyalty to America any longer. Now, I'm talking about these people that have taken the means of production outside of America into China, into South America, into Mexico. I'm talking about those folks. These are the people that are controlling America, and we need to shun these people. I'm all for big sole proprietor businesses, American businesses. But we don't see very many American businesses anymore, and the only American businesses that we do see are either the small mom and pop shop, which are becoming extinct by the day, or becoming endangered by the day, I should say, or we see the multinational corporations, which are out here dominating our whole entire retail sector out here and everything that we consume, which basically gave our country the finger a long time ago. I think that, to be honest with you, I think that we're in a very precarious situation, given the fact that the means of production are no longer in America. What are we left to do if the means of production are no longer in America, the multinational corporations control the government? What are we to do if the American people aren't going to do anything? I mean, is it too far gone? I mean, what do you think?
I think that's another part of the agenda, because when all the industry's gone and there's no good jobs here, we're all going to be working at McDonald's.
I've been saying it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Then we're going to need welfare, and we're going to need the state to step in and take care of us. They have this problem in France. France, of course, in their socialist wisdom, meant well for the people. They wanted to take care of them, but they let in too many immigrants that can't find work, because everybody wants to be a part of this handout program, and everybody's living on the poverty level. Everybody's drawing welfare, and nobody can make a good living.
It's unbelievable what America has become, but what's even more unfortunate is that the American people don't care. And, that's why I put that clip on my website of Charles Schumer basically telling the Senate that the American people don't care, because they don't. And I know that not all the American people fall under this particular umbrella, but most of them do. And it's unfortunate that there's not enough people like you and not enough people like other conservatives and other people that believe in America, whether you're conservative or not, people that believe in the Constitution, people who care about our freedoms and care about our Bill of Rights, our unalienable rights. It's a shame that there's not enough people like you folks out here that can spread the word, go out there on the blogs, the forums, the chats, and let people know. And what's even more unfortunate is that even if you do that, you'll be bombarded with so much agitation by liberals and feminists that it almost seem a worthless ordeal. I mean, you should hear some of the other shows that I have, Ninja. I have liberals on a consistent basis call up the show, try to prank call, try to try to say all kinds of profanity, malarkey, to try to, skew the whole commentary of the show into something completely different, so that they can, skew people's minds into another direction, so they don't focus on what the hell the problem is, and the problem is liberalism and feminism.
And they won't address that issue.
And they don't. And there's no way that they can sit here and attempt to debate it, because they can't.
Just like they want socialism, but if you call it socialism, no, that's not what it is. How dare you use that? Because it's a bad word. It's a bad word, but it's what they're preaching. I mean, FDR and his socialist agenda, not many people know that, but they took away freedom of speech. They shut newspapers down. They shut radios down. They beat people for insubordination and not being what they considered patriotic.
And believe me, Ninja, I've been on this program, and I have called FDR a closet communist. And anybody who wants to do... What's that?
He was out in the open. He wasn't even in the closet. He said that a dictatorship was a good thing as long as you had a good dictator, and 47% of Americans feared that FDR would, in fact, create a dictatorship in our country.
And he did. He's the only idiot that was in 4 terms. I mean, he was in 4 different terms of office, and consecutively. And at the same time, he was, big chums with old Stalin and, Churchill, which were authoritarian in their own regard too. Some more than the others. And after we won World War II, who was Time Magazine's Man of the Year? Well, nothing but Joseph Stalin. So let me tell you, I believe that FDR is a closet communist, and anybody who tries to put FDR in some sort of a highly regarded good pedestal, or as if some sort of American patriot, really doesn't know American history and has probably been pussified by our damn education system, who's put FDR on such a pedestal that he can just do absolutely no wrong. But you're absolutely right. I mean, if people read about the Great Depression, they'll read about how the federal government came in and started going into people's homes, taking their gold away, taking their possessions. Nobody even wants to talk about this. I'm the only one that comes up on this program and says that the possibility of this happening again is right around the corner, and everybody's calling me a kook. Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
I addressed that on my show Monday night about the gold because it's relevant, because everybody's buying gold right now. I mean, because of the economy, because of the American dollar, and people don't realize that the government came in and said, you have to give up your gold. If you don't, we'll fine you double for it, and we'll throw you into jail for 10 to 20 years. And that
happened, Ninja. You're right. That actually happened, and idiots out here in America don't know that. They don't know that the American government during the Great Depression actually came into people's homes and took their gold under a federal mandate because of the supposed Great Depression. And all FDR did with his ridiculous policies was do nothing but prolong the Great Depression. I mean, he just made it worse. And I just think he's a damn closet communist. I don't like FDR, and every time they put FDR in the same sentence as greatness, it makes them want to puke.
Well, it's good that they're putting him in the same sentence with Obama, because it's about the truth. People that think they're safe, that their freedom of speech and the government's not going to hurt them, they have no idea what's happened in the past with FDR and what could very well happen with Obama, and why conservatives are freaking out.
We're freaking out is right. And during the election, though, I mean, I pretty much knew that this was going to happen, whether it was McCain or Obama that was entered into office.
Yeah, we were screwed.
And the reason I say that is because there was not much difference between the two candidates, other than the fact that McCain at the time claimed that he was pro-life, which I don't believe, and that's about it, And I think that McCain was. I think there was one other issue that McCain differed with Obama on, but it was a trivial issue that had nothing to do with anything intricate. And I knew right off the bat that it was liberalism during the election. And I knew. That's why I say just go into the archives and listen. I called all this garbage. I called the economic crash last January. I called all this garbage. And the reason is it doesn't take a brain scientist. Just read history, read the news, read what your government's doing, and you see what happens. But unfortunately, the American people just don't care. So what are we left to do? What can we do, Ninja?
All we can do is keep trying and keep talking and not let them shut us up. In a way, it's a good thing that Obama won, because if McCain would have won, it would have ignited the conservatives like it has. And, I mean, conservatives need to get off their ass. They have not been doing our job. The Republicans are turning into Democrats pretty much, and we need change. Yeah,
that's you're damn right, Ninja, and I'm glad you said that. I'm going to go ahead and take another caller. Do you have a show on BTR that you want to plug here?
Yeah, I got a show coming up Friday. It's called Talk Politics with the Ninja. It'll be my second show. I'm just starting out.
Okay. Well, what day, what time? So we'll make sure to be there.
It's Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern.
A.M. or P.M.?
P.M. in the night.
11 p.m. Eastern time, and it's called Politics Live with Ninja?
Yeah, Talk Politics with the Ninja of Democracy.
Ninja of Democracy. Well, I tell you what, you're more than welcome to call up here anytime, Ninja. I really appreciated your commentary, and good luck to you, and good luck to your show. And spread the word about all the garbage that's happening in our country. Well, we need more people like you.
All right, thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
All right.
And you know what, folks? I mean, it's definitely refreshing to hear conservatives out here that actually understand where I'm coming from. I usually have nothing but a bunch of liberal long hairs and a bunch of feminist bulldykes calling me up, agitating the show, saying foul letter words and, all kinds of other malarkey. But, this is a pretty good caller. Thanks for calling in, Ninja. I really appreciate that. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're going to take one more caller here. 719, you're on the air.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hi, my name's John.
How you doing, John?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Just a little upset that we're transitioning into a quasi-socialist communist government, but other than that, I'm all right.
Yeah, I've been enjoying your show. I got one theory that has been in my mind for a few years, is that communism and fascism are not two opposite ends of the pole. You don't have communism at the left end and fascism at the left end. It's a circle. They both meet. They're the same thing.
I agree. I mean, to be honest
there
was
no difference between Hitler's Germany and Stalin's Russia. I mean, they both met. They were both the same thing. I mean, there's total control.
the political scientists, and these bookworms out here will try to convince you that they were technically different based on the fact that in fascism, private enterprise basically controls the whole flow of politics and economy, and in the communist variant, the government controls everything from corporate industry to economy to rules of law, so on and so forth. So, I mean, they're technically on the same lines when you talk about totalitarian and authoritarianism.
Yeah, but the only question comes down to which government killed more people. Now, Hitler killed 6 million Jews plus how many other of his own people, and Stalin killed at least 50 million.
Now, I've read somewhere close to 100 million, but we have no exact number.
And how many did Mao kill?
He killed 50 million.
50 million. Yeah, I mean.
And then Pol Pot killed, what was it, 3 million of his own people?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, the socialism program does not work. It only works to eradicate human beings. That's the only thing it does. And the socialist program that we're on the road to will lead to death. That's the only way I see it. Because, what Bush was doing in Africa was saving millions of lives. Have you seen Obama addressing what is going on in Africa? I haven't seen anything going on that.
Well, I think somebody did ask him about that in one of these press junkets or, one of these times when he was walking around, I believe during the campaign.
He skirted it.
Well, he basically said that he's going to address it in that ridiculous global initiative or that global bill that he wants to pass where he wants to give $2 trillion of American tax-paying money to save the world or something of that nature.
Yeah, but, that's the thing that pisses me off, is nobody in the history of the world has done more to address the problems in Africa than George Bush.
I agree. Believe me, I was a big fan of George Bush. Unfortunately, a lot of the things in the economy that we could basically trace back to Clinton, and conveniently enough, yesterday Clinton was speaking in front of a bunch of morons, and he put it very bluntly to everyone that he didn't want anyone blaming him for the economic crisis that we're currently in. Why would he even suggest that if he didn't believe that he was part that his initiatives, which were NAFTA and a couple of other ridiculous bills that allowed multinationals to send the means of production outside of the United States, why would he say that if he had nothing to do with it? Of course he had something to do with it. What's unfortunate, and the reason I kind of was down on George W. when it came to his second term, was because he had to do some drastic measures, and it seemed to me that he was advised wrong by a lot of cronies around him, and he made a lot of bad decisions, and as a result, there's a lot of people out here that believe that he was a horrible president. And unfortunately, it was because of the decisions that were made, given the fact of the economic environment, given the fact the international turbulence. There were a whole bunch of factors that this man had on his plate, and he just had to deal with it somehow, and he dealt with it the best he could. I mean, if we want to talk technical, we had the highest home ownership during the George Bush presidency. I think we had the lowest unemployment rate. We can go on, but at this point, we're seeing the repercussions of the lack of actual production going on the United States front, and because we consume more than we produce, we are seeing one of the grossest economic depressions, and I'm not calling it a recession, I'm calling it a depression that we've ever seen in our entire lives. And instead of actually having the government inject some sort of economic stimulus into the business sector, and I'm talking about sole proprietor businesses, small businesses, independent businesses, instead of injecting growth in there, he decides to give out handouts to everybody collecting food stamps and government cheese. Go ahead, sir. Okay.
Now, it seems to me like a replay of the 1930s in a way, the New Deal, where the government, in today's dollars, what FDR did would amount to about $500 billion. Now, some economists said, well, in so many years, that led to a great regrowth of the economy, but other economists say, no, it was World War II that did it.
Absolutely.
Okay? But what really destroyed the American economy in the 30s was the Smoot-Hawley bill, which was basically a bill that said no more imports. And that is exactly what was passed in Congress. In other words, you can't make any steel in the United States unless it's U.S. steel. Now, this is the same thing that started off the trade wars in the 1930s. All right? Now we are alienating Europe and all these other... We're going to start off a trade war. You know what that means?
Isolationism and...
The Smoot-Hawley bill in 1932, or it was 1933, led to a great trade war. And that led to the Great Depression. That led to the Great Depression.
Yeah, and I did actually read a news report, I think it was a couple of weeks back, about how in the stimulus package bill, at least that was initially initiated by the Senate, there was a buy United States only steel clause in that stimulus bill, and the EU just had a fit about it. And the EU chairman... Go ahead.
It's the seeds of a trade war. It's the same thing that happened in the 30s, and the same thing that they're saying, oh, we want to renegotiate NAFTA. We want to renegotiate that. We want fair trade and this and that. We want your workers to be treated the same as ours and all that. I mean, 1/4 of our economy right now has to do, at least 1/4, with international trade. If we would restrict international trade, we're going to screw our economy worse than it is.
Well, I can agree with that, but don't you also agree that it's international trade with irresponsibility by our politicians by signing these imbalanced trade deals that basically created the economies of all the international capitalist hardheads out here? And I'm talking about China, India, the South American countries that are manufacturing blue jeans and other malarkey for us out there, Taiwan, Thailand, all these other manufacturing parts of the world. We created that with our imbalanced trade deals that we signed with these countries. And yet we've been with these imbalanced trade deals with these countries for, I think it was, we signed them in 74 or 75. I think we signed the one when Nixon went to China, would go visit Mao, and everybody was kind of freaked out about it. And well, that's when they signed the bill. That was when they first got relations with one another. They eventually started trading and started, signing bills entering them into the World Trade Organization. And lo and behold, now they're the manufacturing bastion of the world at this point. But the reason that they're the manufacturing bastion of the world is because we created their economy, just like we created the Indian economy.
Yeah, and they have bought all our debt. That's the other side of this equation, is we have been selling all of our debt to China and basically Japan over the last so many years. Now we can't do that anymore. Our grade, insofar as international relations, as far as our bonds have been reduced from AAA to AA. You know why that is? Is because now China and Japan are selling their bonds. So who is going to buy our bonds now? There is nobody to buy our bonds. So how are we going to the only thing that we can do now is monetize this trillion. And if you look at the CBO numbers, Congressional Budget of Office numbers, it isn't $1 trillion. It's $3 trillion. Now, how is that going to be taken care of? Because there's nobody out there that's going to buy that debt. So how are they going to take care of it? I tell you how they're going to do it. They're going to monetize it. What does monetizing mean? It means they print more money. What does that mean? That means mass inflation. We go back to where we were in the late 70s. Now, you argue with me on that.
Absolutely. Believe me, I'm way ahead of you on that. I saw this last year. Go ahead, sir. I'm really interested in what you have to say. Go ahead.
No, I mean, we're looking at the same thing as what happened under Carter. I mean, there is nobody to buy our debt. At least in the late 70s, we had China and these growing economies that were willing to buy our debt, but now we ain't got that.
And what's unfortunate is not only do we not have that, we have no production base. So we're basically held captive by continuously buying Chinese goods, and as a result from that, because we're buying Chinese goods, the people of China aren't capitalizing off of all that revenue. It's the Chinese government that's generating all the revenue from the manufacturing out there. And what are they doing with that money? Yeah. They're buying weapons. They're buying nuclear weapons. They're buying tanks. They're socially engineering their society to have 5 men to every 1 woman. I think that we're sitting here overextending our military, first of all. Secondly, we're not paying enough attention to China, which I think is a big national security risk for America. And
no, it's the dragon sitting in the basement waiting to grab our butts. I mean, we should have seen this 20 years ago.
Believe me, and it's getting to the point where it's damn near scary. I mean, well, what is their army? What is it, 10, 15 million army or something?
Their standing army is the size of our country almost. They got 200 million standing soldiers. They can put them up line to line, and I mean, forget it. 200 million.
And they're
200 million soldiers in uniform. Forget it.
And they're buying weapons from Israel. They're buying weapons from anybody who'll sell it to them. They're doing biological deals with Iran. I mean, And yet we continue to buy Chinese products. You know, we have our government encouraging us to do this garbage. Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? What does this country have to do for us to go back? Or are we too far gone? Is everybody just too anesthetized with ideology that we're just going to make this transition to socialism or quasi-communism, and there's nothing really conservatives or anybody who believes in the constitutional republic can do about it?
I don't know. It's troublesome. I mean, if you believe in a politician, I got a bridge to sell you. You know, they all lie. It's broken promises. You know, if you believe Obama is Christ on the left and Reagan was Christ on the right, I mean, in the end, Reagan defeated the USSR, which is the biggest superpower in the world, and reduced Russia to the power of what France is today. Now we got Iran. Now, to me, Obama vis-a-vis Iran sounds like Neville Chamberlain. Well, they're making rockets that they can send into Europe with nukes. Obama says, let's talk. Let's have peace in our time. I mean, we're sowing the seeds of our own destruction with this shit.
Well, and not only that, I mean, I don't know if you read this, sir. I mean, we're already sending, another 17,000 more troops to Afghanistan. Yesterday, we already had another 8,000 troops surge. We started an Afghan surge yesterday, which hasn't made the big mainstream news as of late because, well, it might get the American people a little upset and change the channel. So that's why they don't say it on the mainstream news channels. But I think that we are headed for a World War III. I said this at the beginning of the first show on the 2009 year here. I said that it's going to start in Pakistan and India. Now, the reason I'm saying...
Did you see Pakistan has now allowed Sharia law? They've said Sharia law is okay.
And believe me,
that was in the paper today.
But believe me, I understand, and I called this, and believe me, they are just laying in wait to attack India, and India is laying in wait to attack them. And here we are, we got Barack Obama, sending in more troops to Afghanistan because he also wants to attack Pakistan, which is also going to infuriate the situation in the Middle East with Iran and Syria and all those tyrants out there, which is going to destabilize that region. Then you're going to have the USSR, which we already have a problem with them with the Georgia situation, who are going to flex their muscles and probably get together with China and North Korea, and lo and behold, you got the whole Red Empire back together again. I mean, I just think it's going to be a very precarious situation, and people don't realize the seriousness of the times that we're living in. People call me a hyper-sensationalist. I'm just telling the truth, and I'm seeing what I'm...
I think you're right on target. I got one question to ask you.
What's that?
If Iran gets really, really nuclear, do you really believe that Israel is just going to sit idly by?
Well, obviously not. I mean, they've already struck a couple of sites out there, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or was that in Syria?
They haven't hit Iran yet.
Well, I know they pulled off some strikes somewhere, hitting some nuclear reactors. I think it was Iran or Syria. Was that Syria?
That was in Syria.
Oh, I see.
No, they haven't hit Iran. But if Israel, my theory is, if Israel gets directly and there's a big election going on in Israel right now, and I hope Netanyahu gets elected. I really
well,
do.
according to both of the sides' politics, Netanyahu and Levini are basically same hardline when it comes to Iran. So I mean, it's basically the same thing when it comes to that international policy. I just think that Netanyahu's a little bit more, cold-hearted when it comes to just going in there and kicking ass and take names.
I mean, all the Arab countries say, "Oh, the poor Palestinians, the poor Palestinians." There has never been so many people alienated in the history of the world than the Palestinians. Why? Because the neighboring Arab countries refuse to take them in. They all sit in camps, because they refuse to absorb them into their own populations. Why? Because they want to use them as pawns against Israel. It ain't because they pity the poor Palestinians. I mean, the Palestinians have a country. It's called Jordan, for Christ's sake. That was already decided in 1948.
Well, these Islamic tyrants that, control these sectors of the world, they use the Palestine situation for political convenience so that they can, act as some sort of big-time Islamic bravado against the West. It's really disgusting how these, even Bin Laden uses Palestine in his rhetoric.
Yeah, and they don't give a rat's ass about the Palestinians.
Of course not. They've never even seen Palestine. If they really gave a crap, they would have snuck themselves in there and fought the cause, but they didn't.
Yeah.
If they're that serious about it. But, I just think that we're living in a precarious time. I think that, at any day, I'm waiting to wake up in the morning, flip on the television, and have the anchor say, we've now started World War III. Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Well, first of all, we're overextended militarily. All right, we got this war in Iraq. We've got the situation where we're pumping in more troops in Afghanistan. We got a big surge going on out there because a lot of the jihadists apparently are getting out of Iraq and going into Afghanistan and taking pop shots at us out there. And apparently they've got safe haven in that Waziristan, Pakistan area. And apparently that's where Obama believes Osama bin Laden is located at, or he's hiding in a cave, or doing something of that nature. And we're going to go in and we're going to progress this war into Pakistan, which will provoke Pakistan into sending a nuke into India, which would provoke India sending a nuke at Pakistan. And once that genie's let out of the bottle, you can't put it back. And people that have nukes are going to, they see one country use their nuke, everybody's going to use their nukes. And I think
the real danger in Pakistan is if the radicals take over. I think we've got sober minds in India. The people that rule India are basically Democrats. They're not stupid people, But Pakistan is a wild card. You've got these nuts coming from the left and the right and the this and the that. And right now, I read an article in the paper, they want no arts there. You can't have any arts there. You can't have any paintings. You can't have any music. You can't have anything because it's against Sharia law. These people are nuts. I don't know how you negotiate with people like that.
Well, you can't. I think George Bush tried to negotiate, with the dictator out there, and lo and behold, Musharraf had to, play double footsies with the United States and the tyrants that are out there basically dictating the social arena of that country, and it didn't work out for him very well. He got kicked out of office, and now, we don't know where in the blue hell Pakistan is going, and you're right, sir.
I mean, one alternative is and of all people, Chopra, or whatever his name is, he had an idea the other day. He says, "You tell them that we withdraw all funding from you unless you stop these bastards, and we're giving them, I don't know, $1 or $2 billion a year in military funding. You tell them, unless you stop these bastards, you get no more money at all. Zip. Zilch. You go back to the...
And not only that, we got the AQ Khan situation also. We don't know what... I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's the great Pakistani scientist that basically...
Yeah, and they just let him out of jail.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. AQ Khan walking the streets now. This is the same idiot that was supposed to meet with bin Laden or his associates or something to tell him nuclear secrets, and now he's out in the street, and I mean, this is why I'm saying that, World War III is around the corner, and unless the American people stand up and say, look, we don't want any of this crap, all right, that's enough. We just want to worry about America again. Let's start preserving America instead of going out here and trying to fight the world for whatever ridiculous bureaucratic reason. Let's start worrying about America.
Yeah, and let's start at our borders.
I agree with that, sir. I've been out here screaming my head off about these illegal immigrants who are not only coming in here by the millions. There's 30-plus million illegal immigrants in this country. I think it's even higher at this point. That are not only devaluing the cost of labor for all the folks that have been laid off and that have been with their companies for years upon years and got the pink slip because of whatever reason. Some CEO decided to go ahead and give himself a balloon payment of $200 million or something, and now they get their pink slip. They got to compete in the same job sector as these illegal immigrants that are devaluing the cost of labor because they'll work for peanuts. They'll work for below minimum wage because they don't pay any taxes.
Yeah, I live in Colorado. Now they just passed some damn thing where they're going to allow the kids, although they're illegal aliens, to go to Colorado colleges.
Well, they're already allowing them to go into the public education system. It's really ridiculous. They actually put them in the school, whether they know English or not, and they just throw them in there, and they have these teachers having to deal with these kids. And who's flipping the dime for that? I mean, are their parents paying taxes so that they can send their kid to that school? Absolutely not. And not only are they going to public education, illegal immigrant children, but you have illegal immigrants collecting entitlements. They're getting free medical care. They're getting government cheese, welfare.
Yeah, it's destroying. In the end, it will destroy our medical system, the free medical care for illegals, because normal Americans will not be able to get access to care because of all the illegals.
And we are seeing it now in California. They're shutting down hospitals because of the overwhelming illegal immigrant problem. These people are just showing up because they have a cold or something.
Yeah, I don't want to sound racist on this, but I lived in Mexico for 15 years. I worked as a consultant down there. I saw what happened in Mexico. I saw what happened daily. When I worked in Mexico, I had to have a letter from the sheriff from my county proving that I had never been arrested for a crime. I had to have my original, not a copy, my original college diploma. I had to take a blood test every 6 months proving that I did not have disease of any kind. All right? Now, if we applied those standards to people coming into this country, what do you think would happen?
We wouldn't have...
I had to do this every 6 months to work in Mexico legally.
Unbelievable, sir. Unbelievable. And here we are, we're just letting people in, just come on down.
And the other side of it is, do you know what Mexico does to the people that are coming in from their southern border, from Honduras, Guatemala, Salvador? You got any idea? Because this is not heavily reported. What happens is the illegals that are coming in from Mexico's southern border, all the young women take birth control pills because they know they're going to be raped. Some of the young men are taking them over into boxcars, and they are summarily, basically executed. Okay?
Unbelievable.
And it's well known in Mexico, and it's reported. But if the United States did anything like this, it would be a massive thing throughout the world. I mean, it would be headlines in Switzerland and Germany and in all over the world, the United States. But because Mexico does it, nobody gives a shit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And this is what they do to people who cross their border from, I guess, the Central American border.
From Honduras, Guatemala, Salvador. When they come in, cross illegally into Mexico, the women are raped. Some of the young men are taken into boxcars on abandoned railways, and they just shoot them and they just kill them. Yeah, by the federales.
And is this?
They're the most cruel sons of bitches in the world. I mean, what we've got in Mexico is unbelievable. We've got a few thousand soldiers that were killed in Iraq, in the last few years. Last year, 6,000 Mexicans were killed, just in drug wars and shit like that. And it's going on and on and on. I mean, we've got a civil war in Mexico like you can't believe.
Believe me,
drug gangs.
I was just about to say, there's a headline right here. It says drug gangs drive off cops out of a Mexican town.
Yeah. The drug lords are running Mexico. They control the politicians. They control the cops. I lived there for 15 years. I've seen it. I know what's going on. I had to buy my way, into this stuff just to stay alive.
Unbelievable.
No, it's terrible what's going on in Mexico, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And it used to just be along the border towns, but it ain't no more. Now it's going into Atlanta. It's going all the way into Dallas. It's permeating the whole United States. This whole goddamn drug thing, And the only way to stop it is to legalize drugs. You got to stop it.
You know what, sir? That was one of my first shows. I'm a conservative, okay? But this drug war is something that we're losing, and we're not losing because everybody wants to do drugs. We're losing because everybody wants to sell drugs because it's such an easy commodity to get rid of and make large sums of money off of. Because we create.
There's no way to control. You put $4,000 into it, and you make $40,000 on the deal. There is no way to stop that kind of money.
And the reason that it's so expensive is because we consume 80%, from what I've read, 80% of the world's drugs, and we have the harshest drug laws for our own people in the world, and as a result, the supply and demand factor goes into effect even in the black market. And as a result, it drives these costs of these products, which it takes nothing to make out in Mexico and South America. It costs absolutely nothing. They bring it up here, and lo and behold, these guys are making billions. I mean, we all remember Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when we killed Pablo Escobar, all this malarkey with all these drug gangs started coming up and showing itself out here in Mexico, and now it's just blown way out of proportion.
Well, step one would be just to legalize marijuana. Let's just stop putting people in jail for smoking marijuana.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Decriminalize it. At the very minimum, decriminalize it.
I mean, the real problem is putting money into treating people that are on this methamphetamine, because that is a dangerous goddamn thing. And I hate, I've seen so many friends destroyed by this stuff, and by saying legalizing that stuff, I don't know. I hate to say legalize that because it is such a dangerous thing. But I think if people would have just access to marijuana, maybe they wouldn't get on that stuff.
Well, I was thinking some of the on the lines of having governments or the state. Even though I don't like the state or the government, but this would be something where the government could help us here. To start a whole bureaucratic system into manufacturing and distributing the narcotics in question out of places in dense metropolises, and once they cultivate it and sell it, they can track whoever is doing the hard narcotic. I'm talking about cocaine. I'm talking about methamphetamine, heroin. All those addictive drugs. They can people who want to do it. They're going to do it anyway. They
they're
want
going to do it anyway.
So they go up to this place, and, for whatever price, and it'll be practically at least 75% off the street value of what drugs are nowadays, because it's going to take nothing to cultivate. So you distribute it at these places that are government-run, at highly dense metropolises, and you keep track of all the drug users, and you obtain revenue from these drug users that are using the drugs. And every time they come in to re-up, you approach them on trying to say, hey, you want to finally get help? You want to finally get help? And
right.
we can finally help these people.
Exactly. And take that money that we're using to incarcerate these people and put it into treatment programs.
Yeah, or I think it's 38 or 36,000 a year to house an inmate. And let me tell you, the prison system is a private industry. I don't know if people realize this. This is a private industry. Anyone can get into the prison business. All you have to do is go through the bureaucratic channels and all the paperwork and all the state-required documentation and, of course, the money to do it. And lo and behold, you got yourself a prison. The government will pay you $36,000 a year or whatever the state pays per prisoner to house these folks. And lo and behold, you're in a prison business. Go ahead.
I live in the home of prisons. I live in Canyon City, Colorado. We got 14 prisons here. We got Supermax here. You know what Supermax is?
Yeah, I sure do.
We got Ted Kaczynski. We got everybody. All right? We got 14 prisons here. Florence, Colorado. We've got, it is the biggest growth industry in the state.
I bet. Oh, of course. I'm sure there's a lot of people making...
And they're building another one.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's a lucrative business.
The biggest, they're closing down schools. They're closing down the hospitals. But no, we can build another goddamn prison.
Yeah, because everybody's participating in using drugs, and they treat drug users the same fashion as if not worse. They treat them worse than a pedophile.
Yeah, it's insane. That's why we have the highest incarceration rate of any country in the world. It's because we put drug users in jail. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. Well, sir, there's only 3 minutes left in the program. Do you have yourself a show or anything you want to plug, a website or a blog?
Yes, I've got a website coming up next week. It's called SIA.net. It stands for the Society of the Cultural Arts. I deal with the American Indians. I'm trying to help American Indians get off drugs. SCA.net. My name is John Williams. You can call me at Prester John, Prester John Prester John at Bresnan, BRESNAN.net.
Well, you know what, John? I really appreciate your commentary that you provided here this evening, and
maybe we can do some good together for the American Indians, because that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I do remember you calling in, and I wish you the best of luck for that, and maybe we can have a program or do something about that. Just to send. No,
we can have a joint program together. I just bought all the shit from Apple last week for everything we need to be set up.
Great. That'd be great, sir. Just go ahead and send me a message via the Blog Talk Radio Network, and we'll see what's going on.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John, and I appreciate your call. Please, at any time, call back again. Anyway, folks, it was a great show here. We got a lot of things in. Hopefully people got a little bit enlightened. Hopefully people got a little bit engaged in the commentary out here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a show tomorrow, folks, so it's up in the air whether I'm not, but I'm definitely going to do one the next day. But bookmark that webpage, folks, or add to your favorites, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's GHOST, folks, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Bookmark the webpage and help me spread the word about the True Conservative Radio Show, folks. We need more folks to realize that America's going down the tubes. And folks, if you are afraid to go out and be vocal, if you're afraid to go out and speak your political perspective, well, by God, email these shows, email the broadcast to everybody you know out here. All right? We have to stop what this country is turning into, and it's turning into some quasi-communist socialist hellhole. And that's all there is to it, folks, and I'm appealing to you. Please, go to the blogs, go to the chat rooms, go to the forums, and let everybody know about True Conservative Radio. Let everybody know about the True Conservative movement. We are on the side of goodness, folks, because it's the liberal and the feminist and these Democrats and everybody else trying to take our rights away from us that have to justify the social ills that have become the social norms. They have to justify all the malarkey that we've come to palate up in here, that we have to shove down our holes and swallow it down as if it was a great big bag of candy or some crap. It's sick. Anyway, folks, like I said, tune in with me. Check back with me anytime, Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Central Time. That's when I usually do my live broadcast. blogtalkradio.com/ghost is the website to put to your favorites. I want to thank you for tuning in with me, folks, and please go to the webpage and leave me a voicemail down in the extras section below at blogtalkradio.com/ghost and let me know what you're thinking. Until then, thank you, folks. Long live the conservative movement and death to feminism.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.